Hello, welcome to this update. Good afternoon. So let's see how the tropics are doing the Atlantic, Eastern Pacific, and Central Pacific. So first the Atlantic, because we have some signs of new activity possible next week. So in the next 48 hours, still nothing, but in the next 7 days, they already have a new area there. They posted it yesterday night. So let's see, it's still at a 20% chance. So an area of low pressure could form in the central portion of the tropical Atlantic in a few days. Thereafter, environmental conditions appear generally favorable for some slow development of this system this weekend into early next week as it moves westward to west-northwestward 10 to 15 miles per hour. So 20% chance in the next 7 days they have it there. So this is because we have some indications and some new models here. So let's see some model runs and then we'll check some ensembles later. So the GFS model has still nothing, but in the Gulf, just the moisture there. And there's some indications of some low pressure systems coming off the Carolinas by September 9th, but that might not be tropical in nature, but I guess we'll see. But this run of the GFS doesn't have any development there. The 0Z from today showed, let's see, showed the waves there, the moisture, but it didn't develop anything too. It just kept some low pressure spinning near Africa, like Morocco and Mauritania by September 7th, but it didn't form anything. The Canadian, it's kind of forming something. Let's see the 0Z. So it showed the wave there coming, and it took a long time, but it tried to form something, and eventually tried to form something by the Turks and Caicos by September 6th. But it did have something weak there, close to the northeastern Caribbean by September 1st. But the model that's really aggressive on development is the ICON. It shows that this system trying to form there, and eventually as a full-fledged tropical depression or tropical storm crossing the northeastern Caribbean by September 3rd. So this is a little too aggressive, I think, because no other models are showing this developing this early. But the Icon already has like a tropical storm there by September 4th in the Caribbean, and another system forming near the coast of Africa later. So let's see the European. The indications here are still low, but let's see, it has the waves there. It tries to form a low pressure there, but not really. Maybe a stronger wave comes off later there, but nothing imminent yet. And some of those systems coming off the US there might form some low pressures, but nothing tropical. And let's see, but the ensembles are very radical. So let's see, this is the 0Z from today. Let's see, next 96 hours something starts popping up there. Next 192 hours, there's a lot of ensembles showing tropical depression, tropical storm strength by September 4th there. Even low indications in the Gulf and by the East Coast, but nothing crazy there. So there's that first system there, and that other system showing up later by the coast of Africa. So potentially two systems to watch. So this is the first one that's tagged by the National Hurricane Center, and the other one potentially coming after. So, but the other one, the indications are very low still. The system that we have to talk about is this one here. So by the next 240 hours, it already shows most members are showing development, tropical storm, tropical depression strength. Some form up just north of the Caribbean, some go into the Caribbean there, and some like go near the Bahamas and other areas. So there's a lot of confidence there according to the European model. So there's a high probability according to the ensembles, but the GFS is like a little bit of a mess. It's scared. there was higher confidence before, but there's now a little bit less confidence. Shows more members showing some development possible in the central main development region, like by September 6, and it shows already some formed systems crossing the Caribbean by September 6. There, some tropical depression, tropical storm strength there, by the Caribbean, even Central America, but this is just the GFS showing that the other runs, the other models aren't showing anything. So let's see what else. So this is the 12Z from today, it's not loaded yet, and the 6Z GFS had some really aggressive indications there of some systems, and the next system, that's the first, and the next system after this one kind of forming and doing some crazy stuff like going north or trying to head west there. So we have some good indications, but it's still uncertain what will happen. But let's see, let's focus on this first system. If I were in the northeastern Caribbean or in the Greater Antilles, I would be watching this, because most ensembles track this towards those areas by the first week of September. So I would be watching this if I were you. Let's see here. What else? So there's this like tropical cyclone probabilities, like cyclone genesis. It's not like the tropical cyclone probability itself. It's like probability of cyclone genesis, including genesis, like potential of something forming up. So this like tropical storm strength. So by September 1st, still nothing. Second, third, then by September 3rd, some 10 to 20% tropical storm probabilities start popping up there, just east of the Caribbean. September 3rd, September 4th, some minor probabilities there because of that low pressure system, but some 20 to 30% tropical storm probabilities out there in the main development region by September 4th already. September 5th, that area goes into the Caribbean, some 20 to 30% tropical storm probability there. And then by September 6th, still some 20 to 30%. September 7th and 8th, it keeps going there. But this is tropical storm. Now if I put tropical depression probability, by August 30th, it already shows a 40 to 50% tropical depression probability there in the main development region. So this like probabilities of any tropical cyclone forming up, like cyclone genesis. So let's see. Then it keeps going. By August 31st, still 40 to 50%. But by September 1st, that area keeps getting closer, like 40 to 50% in that green. Then it comes some 30 to 40% there in the yellow. So it downgrades a little bit, but then eventually by September 3rd, it gets to 40 to 50% in the green again there. And that new area behind it with some stronger indications, like already 40 to 50% tropical depression probability by September 3rd there with that other system. And then by September 4th, the system behind it gets even to 50 to 60% tropical depression probabilities. But the tropical storm probabilities on that one weren't great, were like minor. So if that forms something, I don't think it'll be anything strong right away. But this first system shows some more potential for tropical storms. So let's see. Then by September 5th, this goes into the Caribbean, still some 30 to 40% probabilities. And that other system, there are some 40 to 50%, and then they keep going there and fade away. But we don't know yet if this system forms and manages to hold itself. It might affect the Greater Antilles and the Eastern Caribbean. So we got to monitor this, and the new system too. You never know. There are some weak indications in the Gulf, but it'll probably just be the moisture and rainfall in Mexico, Texas, and Louisiana there. But we'll keep monitoring these two features, but nothing crazy yet. It's still like a 20% chance. So be aware there. Stay tuned to the updates, and let's see now just some quick rainfall in the Caribbean, and then we'll see the Eastern Pacific. So we have that moisture there in the Gulf affecting kind of eastern Mexico with some storms, and in the US too. And then let's see some waves of showers and some thunderstorms in the Eastern Caribbean. More like afternoon storms in Central America, in Cuba, Bahamas. It depends on the day. There might be more storms or less storms, but this general pattern, like some scared and isolated showers and storms throughout the afternoon, and some days more. And then there in Central America, especially like during the afternoon, and in Hispaniola, might be some orographic storms there, and those small tropical waves leaving the rain and storms there in the Caribbean. But if this wave manages to hold itself and turn into something, it might cause some bigger rains there in the Caribbean later by September 4th and September 5th. So we'll be watching for that as well. So the rainfall accumulation from today to Friday, next 2 days, shows some in the Eastern Caribbean. There's some showers and some storms, but nothing great, just 11 to 13 millimeters. Some showers and isolated storms. A shower in Puerto Rico, a storm or two there. Some storms in the Dominican Republic and Haiti, but nothing crazy. In Cuba, might be more storms in Cuba and the Bahamas. It's showing some more accumulation in Cuba and some more across parts of the Bahamas there. Might be more showers and storms there in the Keys in Florida during the next few days. More showers in the Cayman Islands next 2 days, and in Jamaica might be some afternoon storms there. So shows in Central America little accumulation the next 2 days, mainly some showers and storms in the afternoon in the Yucatan and most of Central America there, but it will be heavier in Mexico. In the next 2 days, it shows like 70 millimeters parts of southern Mexico, so be aware there's some heavier rains there. Other parts of southern Mexico, and some afternoon storms in northwestern Mexico, and the moisture in the Gulf. So these next 2 days, next 5 days, shows still a lot in southern Mexico, 90, close to 100 millimeters there, and through southern Mexico and Guatemala shows 60 millimeters, 50 millimeters. Let's see storms in the Yucatan, especially in the afternoon, some more showers and storms there. Belize, some more rain, some 30, 40 millimeters in the next 5 days. Let's see, might be more storms around southern and western Honduras, especially in the afternoon, and more showers and storms in other areas, some accumulations there. More in southern Nicaragua and western Nicaragua there, but there might be some showers and some storms in other areas too. And Costa Rica a little bit more, some areas close to 60 millimeters, might be some occasional heavier showers. More in Panama as well, more like showers and storms, especially in the afternoon, but nothing very crazy. And the rain in the next 5 days already shows close to 35 millimeters in Barbados from those tropical waves approaching. Some areas in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, close to 30 millimeters already. More rain and isolated storms there, so be aware. Next 5 days, some more rain and storms there. Some storms in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, and some showers in the Virgin Islands. And more in Cuba. So in the next 5 days, the accumulation in southeastern Florida, close to 81 millimeters, 54 millimeters in parts of the Bahamas, 51 millimeters around Nassau, 72 millimeters. So be aware, more showers and storms the next few days there, through Cuba, especially in the afternoon in Cuba, and some more days of showers and storms. A little bit less in Turks and Caicos, a passing shower or two, but yes. So be aware there, nothing that crazy. So in the Eastern Pacific we have Gilma and Hector there, and nothing else to watch in the next 7 days in the Eastern Pacific for now. But in the Central Pacific we have Hon, Gilma, and Hector, and Hon will just continue there and weaken. Gilma will continue, might affect Hawaii and then weaken, and the other one I'll tell you soon. So it shows tropical storm strength until like Wednesday and then might weaken. This is Hon there in the Central Pacific. Gilma will remain a tropical storm until Thursday and approach Hawaii as a remnant tropical depression, like a remnant low. So it might leave some gusty winds and some rain in Hawaii there by Friday and Saturday as this passes there. So just be aware as the remnants of this pass there, but nothing that crazy. And Hector is a storm until like Wednesday and then go down to a depression and then die by Friday. So no threats to Hawaii with Hector. Just Gilma might get very close there. So in the next 5 days, it shows in Hawaii some rain the Big Island, 16 to 20 millimeters, even 30 millimeters in some areas there. But this island just north near Hana and Kahui might have some 50 millimeters there as the remnants of that pass by. 20 millimeters, some 13 to 20 millimeters in Lihue. So be aware there. This is the Euro. The GFS shows some rain there too, but less than the Euro. And the icon shows some sunspots more, some spots with less. So let's see. And the rain map from the European, there's Hon and there's Gilma there. So Gilma comes, keeps coming, and then it shows it leaving some showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two there in Hawaii on Friday. So especially like Friday, maybe some showers and storms in parts of Hawaii there, and then it leaves, and then yes. So be aware there, but nothing crazy. The waves are still big, especially in the eastern portion of Hawaii because of Hon, but then it leaves, and Gilma might leave some larger waves there, but nothing crazy. Just in the northernmost coasts, some large waves by Friday to Sunday. Then later, the remnants of Hector and some other stuff might leave some slightly bigger waves on the south. So wind gusts show that's Hon, still some remnant gusty winds, and then Gilma comes, leaves some gusty winds, but not much. The winds might become just a spot or two with a gusty wind gust, but nothing crazy. But there might start to be gusty winds by Sunday, as Gilma goes away, and some stronger easterly winds come, like with the remnants of Hector and some other stronger winds there. So this is by Tuesday, show some gusty winds in the south, in between the islands there. So be aware later, but nothing crazy. And let's see, in the Caribbean, shows a gusty wind or two in some areas, but nothing crazy. Just in the Central Caribbean, might have sometimes some gusty winds in the Turks and Caicos by Saturday, but nothing crazy. But as this wave come that could form into something, we better watch that. It might have some gusty winds. So this is mainly it. Stay tuned to the updates in the Central Pacific and in the Atlantic, and this is mainly it. Stay safe.